YouTube, what's up? All right, back at it finally. Range is back open. It's a warm enough day where enough snow has melted and they can get the ball picker running again, which means I can go hit some golf balls outside in real conditions. And let me tell you, today are going to be real conditions. It is windy as you know what out there, which is actually great because with the stuff that I'm working on, really trying to flight down the ball more for me. I'm working on getting that left wrist nice and solid through impact. So up at the top, I'm working on, like I was talking about in my last video, into the net, getting my trail elbow, which is my right arm, and my left elbow closer together at the top of the swing. So I'm not as triangled this way, but I'm more this way, which creates this little bit more of the bow in my wrist. So I'm gonna go out there in the really, really windy conditions and I'm gonna work on that. It actually helps me because when I'm flighting the ball down, when I'm trying to flight the ball down, I've always subconsciously kind of just bowed the wrist a little bit, put the ball back in the stance, shut the face down. It all emphasizes that blow, that descending blow that I'm looking for throughout the downswing itself. And I'm not talking about steep because I have a steep swing, but what I'm talking about is really keeping that angle of my back of my wrist through impact and finishing a little bit more low and left than I used to. I have forever had a really high finish, which has created a high spinny ball flight. And in order for me to really start scoring better, I got to control that ball better, which means getting here nice and solid through impact, that leading arm, left wristing, at least flat if not bowed, and then low and left through impact so I can go ahead and flight that ball down. I'm going to work through the bag a little bit, come back, maybe work on. Maybe we'll get to the driver in 3-wood. We'll see. But I'm just excited because it's been forever since I've been on the range. Courses around here are still closed. There's still a lot of snow on the course. It is the end of February, but it is what it is this time of year. So let's get to it.
Okay, so first things first, as we get into this, I want to say that by the time I got this video edited, it happened to become mid-March all of a sudden on me. So I got a little behind schedule. This video is a little bit dated. But that being said, there are some things to look at here on this video with some swings compared to where I'm at right now, which is like the middle of March with a couple more progressional items, so to speak, in my swing. What I can see already is that one of the things that I was really having a hard time with and for a long time, was my hands getting stuck at the top of the backswing. They're behind my sternum. So I've really been working on getting my hands inside the target line, club outside the target line, going back. I'm going to have some videos on this so you can see at the top of the backswing that my hands actually are out in front of me and not behind where I end up getting stuck. Moving on to 3-wood here. Also, the other thing that's happened since this video is I've lost my 3-wood. It broke. So unfortunately, that's a unfortunate situation. I've added to my arsenal a 5-wood with the same specs as that 3-wood that I had. And then I lost my hat right there. You can see how windy it is. It was actually crazy windy out here. Great day to work on some stingers and knockdowns, which I started doing here with some 6-irons. But the wind literally was driving me backwards, so I really had to stay locked in on that, loaded on that front side through these swings, hat on backwards. Yeah, it was a good day for practice. I mean, the wind definitely took care of a lot of the ball flights. Was working on patience for sure, but also working on, as I talked about at the beginning of this video, trying to keep that trail arm closer to the left elbow. Since then, as I've been saying, I've gotten my hands more out ahead of me, going back and then staying there on the downswing. So these swings are pretty outdated, so to speak. I worked through the bag, went back down, worked on some P-wedge, and then called it a